Hey guys, my name is David, and I haven't made an adhesive arachnoiditis video in some time, and I decided to make this one for motivation for sure, but to give you a strategy if you're in the spot, if you're in a good spot to strengthen your legs. Now, I want to give you a little background of you can see me going back and forth. That's partially because of my legs and also my abdomen. I really suffer in my abdomen. Not to do with adhesive arachnoiditis, but what do I know? There could be some. So I was diagnosed with it. I've had it ever since 2009, and when I tell you this, I want you to listen very carefully, because I want you to understand the spot that I was in first to understand that you can do this. You can do this. My legs are so much stronger. I'm a thin guy, only for reasons of things that have happened in my abdomen. But even though I'm still able to develop some good muscle, and in my legs have gotten to a spot where I never would have dreamed of. I never would have dreamed of just 5 years ago, just 4 years ago. And there were certain things that I did, certain things that I implemented that made me successful. Now, what do I suffer with today? My legs burn, they shock, they stab. You know, I have the scorpion stings. I think, 2009 is when I started to really be couch bound. I felt something like I was sitting on something, not Tarlopsis, but I have a big cyst though, from an injury. And so I developed adhesive arachnoiditis, and within 6 months I couldn't walk. I'm just giving you an overview of, and that was my first progression. It happened very quickly. I lost my ability to walk. Yes, I could move from here to there, but man, I felt damned. And I lived that way, mostly couch bound. And then in 2015, I had a major progression. And I just remember it went from a lot of pain in my legs and difficulty walking to just like extreme pain, level 10. Like I couldn't believe what was happening. And I was bedbound at the time, and when I went to stand up, it was like just a knife could cut the back of my legs and they would split open. They were so stiff, I could barely move them, and I was scared. And I had been on Toradol and all those things. I'm no longer on Toradol, and I'm doing better. I was on Toradol for a decade, and I was scared as hell to take it away. But something that happened from the Moderna injection, there were a lot of different things that caused me to have to come off of it, because I started looking at my stomach. They found ulcers. That wasn't really the cause though of what was happening to me, and I had to take them away, and I replaced it with 2 more painkillers, just 10 milligrams of oxycodone. I do that 4 times a day. I have to get out of this picture because my abdomen, keep paying attention though. Just give me a second. I'm pretty far away from a pain dose right now, so it is harder to do at this point. So, you know, I weaned off the Toradol, man, that was what kept me alive, and I was scared. My doctor said, hey, we'll just up your opiate. I didn't want to up it much. I just wanted what was good. So I use these strategically throughout the day, and I found that the taking away the Toradol and adding these 2 extra painkillers gave me the ability, and here's the key: you kill more of your pain, then you'll have the ability to walk more and push yourself further. And that's what I did. Let go of my cane. When I walked in this building, an advanced Parkinson's patient that's what I was like. People with walkers, because I live a lot of retired people around here, and they would pass me, and I felt really down about that. But I walked and I walked and I walked, because I wanted to be out in nature. You don't want to be in pain at home. And I just kept doing it and doing it and doing it. I let go of my cane. I have the same pain in my legs as you do, so I don't want you to think that you're different than me. You may have a catastrophic case. You may have rods and stuff like that in your back, which may make you worse than me. Age. I'm 46 years old. I'm 47 pretty soon. But I can't believe I have more muscle in my leg now than I did when I was 180 pounds. It's just unbelievable. And that was me going on my bike. You take small steps, okay? The key to my success was taking a painkiller before you go out. Push yourself further. Because I'll give you an example. I wake up, I take my short-acting and a long-acting together. And mornings can be quite tough, as you know. And I just take them strategically. I take 2 before I go out for my first walk. Sorry, I take 3 before I go out for my first walk. So I make sure I have a certain amount in my body before I go out. In this video, I can't tell you all about my day. A lot of my day surrounds food because of my abdominal disorders. I have to have small, frequent meals. And so I make sure I get a painkiller before I go walk. If I don't, there are times where I've forgotten to take it, and I'm like, there's something wrong, I don't know. And I'll go and I'll look, and I'll be like, oh man, I'll look at my bottle, and there it is. I didn't take it. I pushed myself on my bike. You may not want to do that. Get a bike. But by taking these pain meds and having as much pain control, and I don't mean excessive opiate use. You can take opiates for the rest of your life, a low dose. I believe that, and I'm sure you've heard that. And you're thinking, I was that person who was on 200, 300 milligrams of OxyContin way back in the day. That really messed everyone up. But it didn't matter what opiate it was. It was because you were developing hyperalgesia. You were needing ever-increasing doses, probably because you were staying still. Probably because you weren't drinking water throughout the day. And you're not getting up and trying to push yourself through that pain. That is what I believe. And I know there are cases. This is the worst pain disease. And disability in the legs, really. I've seen videos of people, they can't stand up. Then they take a 5 milligram oxycodone, and you watch in the video, then they stand up. And they're like, this is a miracle, Not everyone takes opiates for this disorder. They may take other things, but the primary, before even a psychological intervention, opiates are the first thing they give you. That's the only disorder that they give you an opiate first, that they should offer you when they know what it is. I think it'd be malpractice otherwise if they truly knew what you had. I decided to make this video because I just kept pushing myself further each day. At the beginning, I was punching my legs, crouching down because I had so much spasm in my leg. But the stronger I got and the more pain control that I have at the same time. Go out, go walk. It's a natural painkiller. They discovered those in the 1980s, your endorphins in your brain. So use those as a natural painkiller. They'll come on in about 15 or 20 minutes. So I go on a couple walks a day to keep that endorphin, to ride my day. That's what I do, along with the pain killing, and I like, being out. So I decided to make this video because I take my stairs twice a day in my apartment building on purpose, and I wanted to find ways to strengthen my legs without doing like hardcore compound weight. And then you can make your legs pretty enduring, pretty strong, gain muscle. My cousin said, why don't you do double steps? I understand. Just do the stairs. I do double steps. I take every second stair, and what it's done to my legs. This is my conclusion, that the stronger your waist, your hips, and all that is, the more easily you'll be able to manage your life by walking around. My calves, the muscles in them, I've never seen them like that. And so I do believe overall that will help you. And I think that's about it. It's about motivation, it's about your mindset, and it's about, listen, I know you may be totally bedbound, couchbound, I totally get that, but there were things, I had other things going on in my life, like 10 other things going on in my life. So if I just had that, which is enough on its own, if I would have understood the things I do now, my life could have been different. But I'm glad where I am now. And I hope that motivates you. Just push yourself, take small measurable steps, and keep pushing yourself. Make sure you have pain control. If you don't have pain control, don't do that. Don't do that. I hope everyone has pain control. That's what I wanted to say, guys. Good luck.